Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online, easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts, Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert, Duran, answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
All right. Sounds like you have a great topic for local search engine optimization in 10 minutes or less.
I do.
All right. Excellent.
It's funny you should say that. All right. Today, I'm going to talk about some myths about local SEO that you might have heard and you might actually believe, but I'm going to explain why. You're wrong.
All right.
I'm going to debunk that myth for you, Jamie.
It's been keeping me up at night.
I know you. I imagine it is. So, myth number one. Are you ready? I have 5 of these, so we'll go fast. All right. Myth number 1 is that you can improve your local ranking by paying for Google ads. So just like people think, okay, I can pay Yelp and pay for them, and then they'll take down all those bad reviews. And then you pay for Yelp, and then you call them and you're like, hey, take down the bad reviews. And they go, sorry, that's part of the algorithm and we can't do anything about it. And you go, well, wait, what? I just paid you guys a ton of money. Google doesn't care, Jamie, that you pay for them or not pay for them. But basically what everyone knows now in this local SEO world is that paying for local ads is not going to help the organic ranking of your business in Google. It will obviously get you to the top of search results, but it'll have it'll have a sponsored mark next to it or an ad mark next to it. It'll have some way that denotes that you're paying for that space. Okay.
Yep. That's definitely cutting the line, isn't it?
It is, but it's also understanding that when you do that, a lot of times you're not going to get the most valuable customer because you're getting the customer kind of like at the end, at the checkout line, right? So, that impulse buy is generally not the best customer. They click on that ad and then they call you because they want a job.
Yes, or if they're, they also just want the cheapest, and so they're no problem.
Yes, and so anyway, organic ranking definitely, especially long term, outranks all of the local ad stuff. That's been proven time and time again. So, but that myth that you should understand is that if you're going to pay for Google ads, just understand it's not going to affect your local ranking at all organically. Okay, you won't get Google 3-pack, that map pack, that top 3 businesses. It won't put you there unless you. If it does, you'll have a little ad mark next to you. Okay.
Got it. Okay, but it won't affect your local ranking.
Nope. And next one, locally. So ranking your business locally will take 3 to 6 months. So actually. We've definitely seen clients that we can rank for a term that they want to be found for a category they want to be found for. For example, we've done it in as little as 3 weeks, and sometimes even shorter. But consistently, we're very, very fast. During our setup phase, we definitely get it. I'd say 90% of our clients in the top of those search results pretty darn fast. Now, why does that happen, Jamie? Why do you think?
I'm stumped. I don't know. Who can explain Google, especially when ChatGPT can do it in 2 seconds? So,
well,
it's very strange.
Big thing is we want to make sure. So if that business, if most of our clients, they have existing businesses when they come to us, so they're easier to rank. They have a history of serving in that area, having an established kind of presence. For those clients, it's definitely a lot of times it's tweaking everything that is online. So on their Google business profile, adding those keywords to their Google business profile in obviously we want it in the reviews if we can, in the Google products section, in the Google posts, description, all that stuff. And then of course on the website, we want to have, if it's a targeted keyword, we want to have a service page devoted to that keyword. These are the kind of things that really do influence your ranking locally. And so we want to make sure that we take care of those quickly. Now, if you are in a super competitive space, then yeah, it's going to take a lot longer than that 3 weeks. That's just the way it is. So if you are not, then yeah, it's going to be pretty fast. So it all does depend, but usually it's not going to take 3 to 6 months to get you up there. And if it does, if you're not seeing any changes in that first month or 45 days, then you want to start asking some questions.
Sounds good. Like what kind of questions?
What are you doing?
What's going on here?
Yeah, what am I paying for? Really basic ones like that. Of course, you're going to hear a lot of gobbledygook back at you, but you do definitely want to have some data points. You want that whoever's doing this for you, if you're paying an agency, for example, you want them to show you some data points that are saying, hey, this is why, or this is why we think it is. I know in the past we've had clients that didn't tell us, but they copied their complete website from another website. And so Google basically delisted that site. And we were like, yeah, everything's right. And then we did some more research. And then we found that other site and said, hey, client, what's this? And they were like, oh, yeah, we did that. So that's bad. All right. So anyway, don't do that, obviously. That makes it a lot tougher. All right.
But I have to pay $99 for my website.
Yeah. Don't do that either. All right, here we go. Next one, myth number 3. Google prioritizes, that means gives better ranking to big businesses over those local small ones. So what sometimes I hear from smaller businesses is they have competition in their local area. And one of their competitors is, one or two of their competitors could be a national franchise. And they're like, how can we compete with that national franchise? And I got to say, Jamie, guess what? In my experience, the national franchise, their local SEO strategy is pretty much non-existent. It's really weird because you're like, wow, you're a national franchise. You have, this franchisees in, 40 states. But their local strategy is generally, in my experience, almost always very, very weak. They don't have directory listings. They don't have, that means links from other sites to their site. They don't have a lot of the basics done. It's very crazy. And now you're probably going to say, but why? Why is that? And I've thought a lot about this. I think a lot of times if you are a franchisor, one of your goals is to make more franchisees. That's where you get your money.
Yep.
So you have those franchisees who kick back for marketing. And what you can use those marketing dollars for is to expand your franchisees. So as a franchisor, my motivation is a lot of times not to get more customers, it's to get more franchisees. And that means that the local customer that franchisee would want to reach, they're not the same market. So if that's the case, then if one of your competitors is one of these big businesses, just understand that they most likely their local ad strategy is built around Google Ads. And so a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, you can outrank them pretty easily by doing things correctly, taking care of your website, listening to this podcast, going back in our library and seeing how you can outrank them. So don't worry. Totally doable. Do it every day.
Great. Okay.
All right. Myth number 4. Reviews are not that important. Now, I know maybe a few years ago, you got a 1-star review for your business and that pissed you off. You spent a few sleepless nights and said, forget all this Google stuff. If you're in that boat, I know psychologically that's tough. You got a 1-star review. You didn't know what to do. You took it very personally. But now you're waking up to the fact that all of your competitors have double, triple, or more the amount of 5-star reviews you have. Maybe you're seeing that a decline in business. Yeah, your reviews are extremely important. Extremely. This is one way that people will validate calling you before they do it, right? So first is that visibility, being able to find your business. And then second is that credibility part. And that means having a decent amount of 5-star reviews. So obviously your goal should be to double or triple. So you should definitely make this a continuing part of your strategy, is always asking for reviews. If somebody calls you up, says, hey, you're doing a great job. Excellent. Can you write us a review? That's perfect.
Yes. Yeah. That'd be perfect.
I meet people all the time, business owners all the time, who we look at their business and they have 2 or 0 reviews on their Google Business Google Business profile, and it always amazes me and saddens me, because a lot of times they don't realize how big of a ranking factor and how big that is, how important that is.
Definitely. Yeah. There's lots of improvement that can be made with all of that.
Yeah. And super important for ranking. At least 20 reviews, really important. That kind of benchmark is what we want for ranking. Okay. Last one.
All right.
Google will give you this option, Jamie, to not show your address.
What?
So I'm a home-based business and I don't want people coming to my house. And you'll be able to rank, just have your service area there. That is definitely true if you don't have any customers. If you don't have any competitors. I misspoke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you don't have any competitors, you can totally rank number 1 for that category, but most of us aren't that lucky. So what we have found for the past 10 years is that businesses with a brick and mortar, a physical address, will always outrank those that don't. So if you are in that position where you don't have a physical address, you can listen to some past episodes about how to establish a virtual office. Don't do a post office box. Don't do a UPS store, but an office you want to have. And yeah, it's worth it. Totally worth it.
Well, I know we've done other podcasts on having an office location, but you're dispelling that myth. So
you should have an office location. It will only help you, and you will. Yeah, it's terrible when you put all this effort and you have, 200 or 300 reviews, and you're a service area business, and you get outranked by, newer businesses that have a brick and mortar address. So don't do that. I know you want to. I know Google gives you the opportunity to do that, but just know that it's a ranking factor negatively.
Got it.
Okay. All right. That's it. That's 5.
Ooh, that was a marathon. That was a lot. So, and I'm sure you'll summarize them in our show notes for everybody. Yes. But very good. And the one about the reviews, there's so many business owners I meet that just say, oh, I hate Google reviews. Oh, I hate Yelp reviews. And I said, well, those reviews don't go away just because you hate it. And the bigger the dollar amount, like if you're a general contractor or a roofer, or that they're charging thousands of dollars, you can be sure every one of your customers, maybe 99% of your customers, are looking to see how you treated previous customers. So it's critical. So obviously get reviews from the people that are happy and saying nice things about your business rather than the opposite. So, totally. All right. With that, we will wrap it up. And if you know a business owner that their favorite thing to say when you talk about reviews is, I hate reviews, or I hate Yelp, I hate, turn them onto this podcast, because maybe they need to turn that review frown upside down and send their customers, and at least start the review process. And like Adam said, make it part of their routine at the end of the sale. So if you have a question about this topic or any other topic, go to our website, magnifiedmedia.net, click on the podcast button, select that, put in the search term, whatever you're looking for, and chances are there's 2 or 3 podcasts about that topic. And then be sure to give us 5 stars wherever you're listening to us. Adam let me know that the largest episode download was 391,000 or 39,000. It's one of those. But he's really getting the message out and helping a lot of businesses. So with that, we'll talk to you and maybe next week, maybe the following week after. Have a great week, everybody. Thanks again.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.